You might be wondering, where did this ship come from? Wasn't the Aurelian mothership destroyed? Well, if you look up from the Civic Center on Lurium, you can see that this cruiser is tucked underneath the mothership.
May this journey bring you truth and healing, divine creature.
Marin's over in her ship, so let's go have a talk with her.
Hey, if you're looking for something to do, could you bring me a sandwich? Thanks.
That sequence where we escaped from Edamea on Marin's ship last update was intended to be a vehicle section where you would man the turrets and shoot off Seeker fighters. It's really disappointing that they ended up turning it into a non-interactive cinema scene. There's still particle effects from her ship exploding if you did badly left in the game, and also reference to the turrets. Let's head up top and see Calamina Norm. Hey, Clem. Neither of these guys will talk to you right now. And hey, Norm. So right now we're headed down to the dojo to finish up our psychic training. This is a lot like the TCT room with regards to how they were planning to train you, but it didn't really turn out that way. Oddly enough, this training room has some cuts in it. I'll probably talk about those in the thread or something.
Welcome, Exalted One. There are many of my pupils who would try their strength against your holy powers. Will you stay and prove yourself? Very well. You honor us.
Lift one of these pillars, Exalted One. Lift it with your mind.
Alright, here's something I haven't shown off yet, the quick select menu that you bring up by pressing the number keys. Everything to the left is for guns, and everything to the right will be for our new powers. Here's our new one, Lift.
Never again shall I doubt my faith. Truly the prophecies foresaw these perilous times.
There are many of my pupils who would try their strength against your holy powers. Will you stay and prove yourself? You honor us. I will call them into the chamber in pairs. Surely the sacred human would be insulted by the meager challenge of a single warrior. They will not hold back as per your request.
Can you truly lift me with a thought?
All our psychic powers level up just like our weapons do, and on top of that, now jumping and melee level up as well. How Lift works is that you can pick up something and move them around slightly by lightly pressing on the analog stick or the mouse, or you can flick it to shove them.
Gentle Exalted One, these are my brightest pupils. The healing waters coursing through this vessel will revive even the most wounded soldier.
I've always wanted to say that I could beat a human.
Slam.
Exalted One, I will summon the next two.
Come, prove the prophecies, human, and I'll convert to the faith. Mother will be delighted.
Here's that charge jump we just unlocked. It allows us to jump a lot higher and activate an attack later on. Jumping is the same stat as dodging and whatnot, so as we level up jumping, our dodge will also change, and we've just unlocked slow-mo dodge, which does pretty much exactly what it says. And if you haven't noticed, that's our psychic bar in the bottom left over there. It recharges slowly, and also our health recharges to full if we avoid fire for a long enough time now. It used to recharge to only about a fourth.
Amazing to witness the culmination of ancient scripture.
But yeah, you can't find Ethan or Olivia anywhere around here, oddly enough. They have dialogue for them, but they don't appear and they're not hanging out anywhere.
Good timing. Looks like we're about to come out of hyperspace.
You see before you my homeworld, Exalted Ones. The famed beauty of the undying seas await us.
Commander, Seeker-Destroyer off starboard. They're charging weapons.
This cannot be! We'll never stand a chance against that kind of firepower. Saran, bring us inside their firing radius. Get me close enough to smell the dirty beasts. All crew are ordered to don their vacuum gear and abandon ship. My brave warriors, what lays ahead may be the deadliest challenge of your lives. Our foe has gone unchallenged and unbeaten for centuries. It is my hope that this assault will find them overconfident and unprepared.
Gave up that ship rather quickly, Norm. Here comes the cavalry. Those guys will be completely worthless to us. They won't even pop up anywhere. Also, here's a new enemy we'll encounter later on. Next update, in fact. But since we're out in space, we have low gravity again. A permanent effect, so you can jump really high off of everything. Here's an old weapon we've seen before, the Stalker. If you remember, it's a sniper rifle. And now we can toss enemies off and use our slow motion dodge to target enemies' weak points. It's very similar to the crouch in that it instantly targets them and does the most damage possible. Only now we can use it to dodge and fire a lot or activate our special powers. And here's the call, weapon we could have used up till now, but I've been avoiding it so I could use the human weapons, which we won't see anymore, by the way. The call is kind of unusual. It's very similar to the Acolyte. It doesn't seem to do much more damage or much less, and virtually the same thing. Typically dropped by Seeker Generals. This section actually took the most re-records of any because all the Seekers try to do their jumping melee attack and will frequently knock you off the map and kill you. So it takes a lot of attempts to get this one without dying. These are Seeker space troops, by the way. They're pretty much exactly the same, they just have that neon green outfit. These cannons will hurt you if you jump in front of the blast, but if you stand on top of them, you'll be fine. There's a new weapon over here, the Dark Fire, which we'll be picking up in just a second. It's exactly the same as the XJ9 in so many ways that it's a little ridiculous. But it fires Seeker grenades instead of human grenades, and it has the exact same size clip, it has the exact same ammo capacity, and everything. It's basically the XJ9. But that's a good thing since we won't be encountering the XJ9 anymore, and we won't be finding any human weapons in cases or anything like that from this point on. Cartwheel dodging is my favorite dodge, but you quickly level it up beyond that to the next level, which is a lot lamer, I think. There's nothing really special to it besides the animation Gideon has. It still functions as a slow-mo dodge. Something I should mention is this game's big selling point was that it would tie in with the other games and your choices, and everything would transfer over, including what you leveled up and whatnot. I think how they planned to do that was to use Xbox Live. That's a pretty short-lived solution, especially considering they shut down the original Xbox Live 5 years after this. I would bet that if this had been successful, they wouldn't even have the third game out yet. I don't think they ever said how they handled PC transferring, but that's way easier than console-to-console transferring. You'd think some Aurelians from Aurelia would be looking up and see that Seeker Destroyer just completely demolish one of their own. I don't really get why they wouldn't notice that, especially since they're now a spacefaring race. Anyways, this chapter is also pretty badly affected by cuts. Not as bad as, say, Chapter 2 or some of the later ones. Most notably, I think this is supposed to be somewhat of a stealth section, where the Seekers don't actually know you're on board until a little bit in, and once you get inside. I'm also under the impression that Kalem was supposed to be with you on this outside bit, but I can't be sure. By the way, here's a Seeker turret. It's exactly the same as a human turret, and I hope you're noticing a theme here. Anyways, if you climb in this and fire over this way, you unlock a hidden passage over in that corner. Not that the hidden passage will do much, but, yeah. You'll see a couple explosions, from the wall. I believe those are intended to be some Seeker troops firing at us or something. Those are pre-scripted though, so they have really nothing to do with anything going on. Remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. Why is he falling downwards? Oh, now we have a new kick combo instead of a punching combo. We still do both, but the kick combo will come up every now and again. This left path is the normal path you would take. But that hidden path we opened up will go slightly inside the ship. It's not really that big of a deal, and pretty much all that happens is it spawns a seeker right here. There is literally no reason to take it otherwise. Oh, 2 seekers. Those guys are carrying the worst weapon in the game, so I'm not going to bother picking it up right now. Next update, though, I will show that off, but only as a last resort. Now get out of here. That's another useful thing about lift. You can hold an enemy up in the air and just pump him full of lead while he hangs there. It's a good debilitating move. And it can give you a breather if you need to recover your health. Anyways, that's the end of this update. Tune in next time when we go in that room. I'll see you then.
It would appear that the new breed of warshell armor has gravity-damping plates on the greaves.
That would have been handy during the Galbraith insurrection. Our ship lost her suppression fields in the opening salvos, and we had to float to our posts.
I wish that we still flew the older model cranefish battleships. Gravity was never a problem when the interior coursed with ocean water.
Yes, but you know the client-patron contact laws. All ships are required to allow for patron occupation. The Seekers lack gills, my friend, and are far too self-important to strap on air tanks.
You speak truth. A heretical truth, but truth nonetheless. Do the scriptures speak the truth, Exalted One? Can you truly lift me with a thought? Can I get you anything, glorious human?